Joel and I, from the very beginning of our marriage or our relationship together, understood that the two of us share a common core, but we each are individuals unto ourselves. And therefore, we're not going to like every single piece the same. So if one of us feels very strongly about a piece and the other doesn't, we buy it. Doesn't matter which one. I'm Sherry Greenberg Mallin. We're art collectors. I knew nothing about art in the first 45 years of my life. And Joel and I had met in the Bronx High School of Science when we were 14, and we dated. And I said we should go our own ways, and if it's meant to be, it would be. We didn't know that the meant to be would be in our late 40s.
I'm Joel Mallin. I started off collecting German Expressionist prints, partially because that was all I could afford. I just knew that this was something that I wanted to do or I had to do. I felt very comfortable collecting and trusting my own judgment.
On a second date with Joel, I went up to his country home in Pound Ridge, and we were sitting on a couch facing a large Christo storefront. And Joel said, you don't have no exposure to art and don't have no understanding of anything that you're looking at. If you hang out with me, it's going to change.
While Sherry said she didn't know anything about art, she did know a lot because she studied with Martha Graham as a dancer. She understood that what was happening in dance was similar to what was going on in art. She was able to point out things that I was not even aware of.
In the very beginning, when I really didn't know much about art, we went to an auction and there was this picture coming up for sale, and it was quite a large canvas, and across the canvas was scrolls, like penmanship. You know that was Twombly. And we go to the auction, and it sells for $10,000, and we go home. A year later, I say to Joel, I know why I liked the Cy Twombly. And he said, why? I said, because in dance, there is a thing called von Laban nomenclature, and it's how you score a dance movement. And so it was very interesting because I brought a different perspective to how he viewed art. And I think I have also brought that perspective to many curators. We buy because it speaks to us and we have a conversation and we live with it. It's a very personal choice. So we bought a sculpture and we bought another sculpture. And when we had about 6 or 7, it was named the Buckhorn Sculpture Garden. We changed it and asked people to call it a sculpture park. Because a park you go to with sneakers and you're going to walk around. And we just bought one and we bought another. We bought another, and then there were over 70 outdoor sculptures.
What I like about it is taking people around and showing them the collection and watching them suddenly catch on to what's going on, opening up their minds, their hearts to the collection that we have put together. And it's exciting to see when we have young school children, watch them suddenly wake up to what it is you're doing and playing with.
We have boxes full of letters of people who, after they visited, and we get this bread and butter letter from this little boy, must be about 10, 11, and he says, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Mallin, thank you so much for allowing us to come and see your beautiful art. I never thought I would ever meet people in this world that would understand me or thought like I did, because there aren't many of us. But I know now when I grow up, I will meet people who see the world as I see the world. And I thank you for that experience. I've learned a lot about myself through art. We learned about ourselves and our life by what art we have picked. We have no plan and no program. We don't try to build a collection that has a time frame. We don't try to build a collection that has one of everybody's. But we have a collection that has 4 or 5 themes that we repeat over and over and over and over. They are basically themes about life and death, the passage of it, time, memory, the yin-yang of something being very attractive but having another side to it. We don't collect consciously about anything. We just collect what we love and what moves us and speaks to us at the time.